right, hello and welcome back to Hoop Shooting the Breeze, our show all about the hoop shoot. We're kicking off our fifth season here, where we interview past participants, volunteers, other friends of the hoop shoot program. My name's Nathan Springberg, and today I have a very special guest, the hoop shoot director for Sanford, North Carolina, lodge number 1679, Gary Short. Thanks for joining me, Gary.
Oh, it's a delight. I'm delighted to be here. It's a pleasure.
Yeah, so let's get started. Just answer me how you got involved in the hoop shoot program to start.
Uh, I was a high school basketball coach, and a good friend of mine, also a coach, was an Elk, and he is the person that got me involved with the Elks. And he decided to step down from the hoop shoot program as director and ask if I would take it over, which I did. As a former high school basketball coach, I always emphasized to my players that free throw shots were just that. They were 3 points, and we spent at least 30 minutes of every practice practicing free throws.
Yeah.
Important thing to remember, you don't need other skills to be a 3-point shooter, to be a free throw shooter. You don't have to have dribbling skills. You don't have to have the 3-point shot. It just takes concentration and dedication to becoming an excellent free throw shooter, along with the mechanics that's necessary for that. That philosophy carried over into the hoop shoot program, and I took that with me and emphasized to the participants that regardless of their other skills, with that concentration, mechanics, and dedicated practice, they could excel in the free throw program.
Yeah, no, I agree with all of that, and I think that's a great point towards kind of a big reason why the hoop shoot program I feel is successful is that it's open to anyone. You just got to practice and you can get better at it. It's really practice preaches success, you know what I mean? And it's a muscle memory thing for the free throw, and if you just put the effort in it, you'll get better for sure. So what is it about the program that keeps you involved all these years?
I think it is seeing the development of the youngsters as they go through the program and seeing them develop the concentration and the desire to improve with each participation. And I've seen that a number of times, having been involved for over 40 years with the program as a local district and state director. And it's rewarding to see them develop and get stronger and improve.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And something that we always say in the hoop shoot program is just unleashing the grit, right, within these kids, and putting them through an adverse and uncomfortable situation at the line because it's supposed to be silent gym, which is unique. You're waiting to shoot while all these kids are going in front of you. But what do you think grit is? And if you have one, could you share a story about a time you saw it on display?
Yeah. In the hoop shoot program, grit is comprised of the qualities I mentioned earlier: dedication, concentration, and mechanics. But it goes beyond that to include an innate desire to succeed at an individual level. When you participate as a hoop shoot contest, you are on your own, showcased at the line with everyone in the stands watching every shot. That is true pressure. And success under those circumstances requires true grit. Mary Hall McCarver possessed that quality more than any contestants I've had the privilege to follow. Her first year of competition, she advanced to the regional level where she was eliminated. That was followed by an appearance in the national finals her second year, where she finished second. Her last appearance in the national finals was epic. After 25 shots, she and another contestant were tied at 25 each. The shootout took 5 rounds, with Mary Hall hitting 5 of 25 and her competitor making 24 of 25.
Wow.
Mary Hall always took 2 practice shots, which she also made Therefore, on that day, she made 52 consecutive free throws. That's grit.
Yeah, that is something. Not there's very few people who can step up, especially for a national championship and do that. That's really tough. And it's another thing that makes winning in this program. You know, it's not all about winning, it's about so many other things, but winning is so difficult. And you really do have to compete and
I
practice.
wanted to see how many she could make, but
Yeah, keep it
we
going,
weren't
right?
given that
Yeah.
opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, let's go for the world record. Why not? We're here. Yeah. But so I want to dive in a little bit about your lodge. And talking about participation, it's kind of at the top of our list these days. And it just overall in youth sports, participation is down unless kids are participating in sports in general. But since COVID, Hoop Shoot is down as well. And something sparked my interest with your lodge. You guys seem to have found a foundation, a consistency with your participation. Was there anything different that you did to promote the contest, maybe since COVID, or if not, what would you credit your success towards?
I have only been in Sanford 5 years. Prior to that, I was with the Gastonia, North Carolina Lodge, which unfortunately is no longer there. They had to fold because of lack of participation. But for a number of years in the mid 80s to the early 90s, we had an excellent contest, and we actually had 4 national winners and Getty Powell Award winners, which is best I can determine is the most of any lodge in the country. And I found the key to having a good program was to get the local school systems, physical education teachers at the elementary and middle school levels involved. That dramatically increases your participation. And then naturally, by increasing participation, you increase your opportunity to have champions develop through the participation numbers. That happened with us in Gastonia. We averaged between 1,000 and 1,500 participants per year during that period of time. That level of participation, as I said, produced 4 national champions and 4 Getty Powell Award winners. In Sanford, we're just beginning. With the dedication of the members and the support of the local PE teachers, we increased participation in 2022 from less than a dozen contestants to over 500 in 2023. And that is simply and solely because we got the PE teachers involved. We expect that number to increase even more this year.
That's awesome. That's really awesome to hear, and a great way to certainly increase participation. Could you maybe let me know how, like, what was it about the PE teacher? How did that happen? Did you guys just go and reach out to them, or how did that come about?
I scheduled a meeting with the local PE teachers in school systems. By and large, if the school system is any size at all, they're going to have departmental meetings. And I contacted the head of the PE department for the school system and arranged to go to one of their meetings and introduce them to the Elks National Hoop Shoot program.
Okay.
And from that point forward, as happened in Gastonia, they just took over and
Wow.
held their own subordinate contest and
Yeah.
sent their winners to us for our finals, and it really made a dramatic increase in our numbers. And as I said, I look for that to increase even more this year.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. And it's something we've been kind of harping on a little bit is, if possible, this obviously the schools is number one. Like, if you can get them to have a preliminary contest, that is going to feed your program like exponentially. You're going to do wonders for that, right? So I just wonder, there's a lot of directors out there that say they can't get into the schools. So it's very hard these days post COVID to get into the schools and to even communicate with anyone at the schools. So I'm always curious to hear from directors who are successful in that. and end up, getting the schools and the PE teachers involved in their program. So that's awesome to hear. What would you say is one challenge you face as the director of Sanford Hoop Shoot program? How do you overcome that?
There are actually a couple of challenges that are closely related. Both involve the local parks and recreation, youth basketball leagues, and the church leagues that are in Sanford. Our contest, as you know, occurs during the peak of basketball season. And to schedule our contest, we are in conflict with those Saturday and weekday evening competitions that the Parks and Recreation and the church leagues have. So it's difficult because the athletes have a sense of dedication to their teams, and they don't want to miss a team game. And so scheduling that contest around that has been a problem. My plan is for closer communication with those two organizations and to see if we can't come up with a plan to avoid the conflict of time when we schedule our contest, and so it does not interfere with their league contest. Another part of that equation is that I view those organizations as another valuable source to recruit participants in our program. So my plan is to see if we can't get them involved and let them hold their own subordinate contest and send their winners to us as well. And then with that coupled with scheduling our local finals on a date and time that it doesn't conflict with their league schedule should help tremendously and should produce some positive results.
Yeah, so then you're looking at three different avenues of the churches, the Parks and Rec, and the schools, right?
Right.
Awesome. Yeah, that's a great plan, and I would love to see it come to fruition for you guys and hear about that. What would you say to someone who maybe doesn't know much about the Elks or the Elks Hoop Shoot, but is considering getting their child involved in the program? Why do you think they should?
Well, I first would educate them to the fact that we do have the contest and that it is a national contest and that it is completely funded by the Grand Lodge, and that it does not cost them to participate in the program, and that they can, when you mentioned that their names can be inscribed in the Basketball Hall of Fame, that's a big seller.
Yeah.
And so that was something that the PE teachers really were keen about and did not realize, and not many people do. I didn't really until I got involved with the National Hoop Shoot. So it gives them an opportunity to participate at an individual level. It develops the characteristics that we've spoken about already in this conversation. And beyond that, it gives us an opportunity as Elks to educate the community on what we stand for in our various programs, in addition to the National Hoop Shoot program, our various youth activities and other programs that benefit the community, and let them know what the Elks stand for on a state and national level.
Awesome. Great answer. And yeah, the Hall of Fame is a really, really cool partnership that we have. And really, a lot of people don't know about it, but if you win, if you're a national champion, you also have the chance we send you out to the Hall of Fame to go see that, the foundation does. And if you're a Getty Powell champion, you also get to witness the actual Hall of Fame enshrinement, where the likes of Dwayne Wade, Dirk Nowitzki, some basketball legends get inducted into the Hall of Fame. We had some of our winners take pictures with these people. Like, it's a really cool deal, and something that we're really proud of for the program as well, that we think everyone should know about. All right, Gary, last question for you here. Any words of wisdom for the hoop shooters returning to the court here soon?
Absolutely. Practice, practice, practice. Be dedicated to the practice. Be true to the mechanics of the game. and persist. If you don't win that first year, come back. I've only had a few that really went all the way to the nationals during their first year. But many who came back wasn't successful at the local level, became successful, and then built upon that success and advanced through the district and state contest. We've had many regional winners through the years, for the last 40 years. And as I said, we've seen the fruits of that practice and dedication in the national titles.
Yeah, well, I can't agree more. Well, thank you for joining me. We'll be back next month for another exciting interview. But before we go, I do want to mention to find a local lodge contest. If you're watching this and you're not sure where to find that, please check out the contest locator on the front page of the website, elks.org/hoopshoot. The Hoop Shoot really is nothing without our lodges and people like Gary here volunteering for us. So please email hoopshoot@elks.org if you have any questions about how to become an elk, how to start a hoop shoot at your lodge, or just how to find a contest. We're always available. And one last thing is the program, as you mentioned, is free all the way through to the national finals, all the way to Chicago for youth ages 8 to 13. It's a really special program. We want to open it up to everyone, give that opportunity to all the kids in this country. But thank you again, Gary. I appreciate you joining me today.
Thank you for having me. It was an honor.
Yep. All right. We'll take care and we'll see you next month, everyone. Actually, one more thing, be sure to subscribe to the channel as well for more fantastic ENF content. And if you liked it, leave a thumbs up, please. And we'll see you next month.